I've been going out with Rob for about 7 months. It pretty much came out of nowhere. I had a class with him sophomore year, but never really talked to him. We live near each other, so sometimes we'd talk on the train going home if we got there at the same time. He's cute, kind of quiet. I was really depressed last fall. My best friend Amanda basically abandoned me over the summer. I was so lonely. Then one day, Rob and I were coming out of the subway. We were talking, having a good conversation, and we just kept walking together. We went to the park and talked for a long time about everything. All the stuff I had gone through with Amanda. He told me about his family problems. He just got it. And I felt good about myself for the first time in forever. We got serious right away. He was so good to me, always waiting for me after class, calling me all the time, texting me during class. I didn't want to mess it up. Trying to find a shade. Rob's been so mad at me lately. He texted me at least 10 times yesterday. He called me too, but I was on the train, so I didn't get them. And when we met up later, he didn't say one word to me the entire time. God, I wish I checked my messages when I left the station. He was probably really worried about me since I didn't tell him where I was, and he gets so concerned about me. Still, I worry sometimes that I'm too boring when I tell him what's up with me. He rolls his eyes and he pretends to yawn if I'm talking too much. A couple times he complained that I had to get home in time for curfew. And I tried to tell him that my mom's really strict about it. But he said I had no right to mouth off to him like that, and if curfew's so much more important to me than him, then maybe I just don't love him enough. Today was horrible. I was running late after school, and I knew Rob was waiting for me. I didn't want him to get mad. I was having such a bad day, and I was so glad to see him there. He was the only one who would understand what was going on, but then I saw the look on his face, and I knew something was so seriously wrong. He started yelling at me and calling me names. I was afraid someone would hear, and before I could apologize for making him wait, he reached up and he slapped me. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen him mad like that. Embrace your heart. I didn't want to get up today. I knew people would be talking about me and Rob since Amanda started spreading lies about us. I went to the bathroom after lunch. I washed my hands, and when I turned around, Amanda was there. It was weird because I haven't talked to her since last fall. She actually sort of apologized for what she did to me last summer. I didn't think I could trust her, but she looked at me really sad and said she was worried about me and Rob. She said she's seen him yelling at me in the hallway. I started to defend him, but then I just stopped. I didn't know how bad things had gotten between us until yesterday. I let it go on for this long because if I don't have Rob, I don't have anyone. He's all I've got left. I was on the verge of tears. I had to leave. The train ride home was hell. Everyone was staring at me, crying. I didn't think my mom would be there, but she was. I was going to make up some excuse, but instead I just told her everything. She just kept saying she was so sorry. It's been really rough. Thank God school ended right after Rob's blow up and I didn't have to see him every day. My mom told me I needed to talk to Amanda more. That no matter what happened, she's been my best friend since we were babies. She came over for dinner, and we started talking about when we were little, and then we talked about Rob, and then, man, the three of us started crying. It was good, though. It felt right. I'm trying not to spend as much time with Rob, trying to ease out of things, but it's rough. I miss him so much, even though part of me hates him. He calls and texts me constantly, leaves me all these crazy messages. He cried once and said he'd kill himself if we didn't get back together. I know I have to end it once and for all. I know I gotta do it for myself.
After talking with her mom and Amanda, Nicole decided to call a domestic violence hotline for advice on how to break up with Rob. The counselor encouraged Nicole to practice what she would say to Rob when she breaks up with him and plan what she'll do afterwards. If you or someone you care about needs help, call or email the counselors at LifeNet any time of day or night, 1-800-LifeNet. And remember, you're not alone.